Deion in Colorado or sad for Jackson State in HBCU? So many layers here.
I was more excited and happy for Deion, who's a very good friend of mine. We talk constantly. Had an inclination that this might be happening, but I just felt that he should be the one to break the news about what was going to happen in his future. I'm more excited for him than I am for Jackson State. And I think that Jackson State should be sad, be excited, be happy for him, because he gave you the blueprint and showed you what you could be, what you could become. And you're more than a head coach. Deion did something that very few coaches are able to do. He leveraged his relationships. Skip, no football team had more uniforms than Jackson State except the University of Oregon. Under Armour, every single week, they got new helmets. They got new unis. He did this with Walmart. He took $150,000 of his salary and helped finish building the facilities.
He did.
He leveraged his relationship with American Airlines, so when they had to travel great distances, they flew American Airlines. He had a great relationship with Michael Strahan, so he says, hey, Stray, can you do me the solid? Hook the boys up with jackets and slacks, so we don't look like an all-tournament team when we're on the road. Some guys got on sweaters, some guys got on shirt and ties, some guys got on hoodies, some guys got on Jackson State paraphernalia. He did that.
He did that.
And still, we get opportunities. We say, ooh, we want guys to get opportunities. We want our black coaches to get opportunities. He gets an opportunity. He takes the opportunity, and now you mad. He brought
who's mad?
A lot of blacks that blow up, upset, man, he lied. You see you see how they hold us more accountable? They don't never say
wait, who's they?
I'm talking about my community.
Okay.
White people, I'm talking about us. They know what I'm talking about. Blacks are mad a lot, but look at what he's did. He brought eyes to HBCUs, Skip. There wasn't nobody talking about HBCUs, especially now. They're talking about, they're on television. That's because of him. He gave you a blueprint. Now follow the blueprint. There's someone on his staff, probably, and he's recommended somebody on his staff, but now he goes to a place that has resources. So guess what he can do? He can hire more coaches, more minority coaches, bring them, give them opportunities. I don't recall of an HBCU coach getting an opportunity like this. This was an opportunity too good to pass up.
Never even come close to happening.
It's too good to pass up.
Okay.
And so instead of being happy for him, we try to bring him down. How can he lose Jackson State? Why can't Jackson State be the prize? It could be the prize for you, but it might not be the prize for everybody. You might like this restaurant, but that might not be the restaurant for everybody. Be happy for us. It seems like when we do something good, we're the last people to be happy for us. We do everything we possibly can. Well, Deion should have did this, Deion should have did that. Skip, they got mad at me yesterday. I tweeted, look, Skip, you know I went to an HBCU.
People on Twitter. Okay.
Skip, I went to an HBCU.
You did.
That wasn't my first choice. It wasn't.
Well, what, you wanted to go to Georgia?
Georgia, Texas, Nebraska.
Okay, I got it.
Skip, the only thing I knew about a black college was the United Negro College Fund. When I heard Lou Rawls come, the mind is a terrible thing to win. Skip, not one recruited me until the last hour. Savannah State, Bill Davis came down, and my high school football coach didn't want me to talk to him. He asked him, where is he from? He said, Savannah State. He said, do you know who this kid is? This kid's a top 5 player in the state of Georgia. You're not going to get him. He's like, well, damn, can I talk to him? And I heard Coach, I said, come on, Coach, I'll talk to you. I figured he had drove an hour, Skip, the least I could do and give him 15 minutes of my time. Skip, I went to Savannah State, and I was Prop 48, but I was going to a D1 school. It was the best, knowing what I know now. Even if I had the grade, Skip, and I know what I know now, I would still go to Savannah State. Because of the relationships that I have. One of my longest friends, Bucket McCormick, I met at Savannah State. The class of '86, me, Squirrel, Roughhouse, Big Daddy, Dame, Skip, I can't get that nowhere else. So I'm glad I made that decision.
Sure you are.
But an HBCU wasn't my first choice, people.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Appreciate every point you just made. I don't know Deion like you do, but I know him fairly well. He is the rarest of human beings. I've never been around anything like him. Barry Switzer used to say it's like he didn't come from our planet when he was watching him even practice for the Cowboys. But as a human, it's like he didn't come from our planet.
Because he just did things that you're just not supposed to be able to do as a human being.
That is correct. And what he did at Jackson State, I get you when you say he left the blueprint, but there's no other Deion who can actually enact the blueprint, because it's hard. You have to have Deion's personality,
Right.
his drive, his force, his force field that he creates.
Yeah.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
I think the thing is, Skip, is because what we do when we get these historical great black coaches, we get Coach Robinson from Jackson State, and we get Coach W.C. Gordon at Jackson State, and we get Coach Jefferson of South Carolina, and we get these guys. What Archie Cooley? What they do? They stay forever, and so that's the natural instinct.
Quick point of order. It's back in the 70s, back in the day when I first started in this business with the LA Times. I spent a week with Coach Robinson at Grambling. And when I went home and Chuck Knox left to go to Buffalo, I campaigned out here in LA for Coach Robinson to be the next Rams coach, and they wanted no part of that. But my point is, he had the stature, he had the experience. He could have done that.
Yeah.
He could have changed the culture of the Rams, okay? But the point is, it wasn't going to happen. Deion he just keeps breaking through barriers.
Yeah.
And this was a huge barrier to break through.
Yeah.
Now, look, idealistically, from my side of the table, would I have loved for him, this is not realistic, but it's more idealistic. Would I have loved for him to have stayed at Jackson State to the point that he created a dynasty?
Yeah.
And he finally got Ole Miss to say, yeah, we'll play you, and go kick their ass? And would I like to have seen him then say, Bama, you want to schedule me?
Right.
We'll come and kick your ass. We'll come to Tuscaloosa.
Right.
Would I love to see that happen?
Right.
Yes, I would.
Right.
But Deion would probably, if you're sitting right there right now, he'd say, I'm sorry, it's just not realistic.
Right.
We got it to here,
Right.
but that's a whole nother jump
Right.
that would be not possible.
Skip,
okay?
you know he's about a challenge.
Okay.
That's why you leave Atlanta and go to San Francisco and says, "Oh, we believe you the missing piece." Okay.
Okay, I'll do that.
You leave San Francisco and go to Dallas and say, "Okay, you the missing."
Do you mind the pressure? No, I don't mind it at all, because I will be.
He's the ultimate challenge. He never said, and I think he did a great thing, Skip. He came, he brought eyes. A lot of people know about historically black colleges and university, the pageantry, because the ballot, all the bands. A lot of people never seen a black college football game. They're on television, and most of the time it was Jackson State. And that was because of him. And so hopefully there are more guys that want to coach, professional, ex-professional football players, college players that say, you know what? Hey, I'll go back. I'll coach. I want to coach.
Yeah.
And this is where and if they're going to give me an opportunity, I've never seen a guy, Skip, as great a talent as he is, have the patience that he does. I say, bro, how? How do you have this kind of patience when you're that great? And he was great to the umpteenth power.
He was
but
the greatest ever.
He got the patience, and that, I'm just being cliche, but he has the patience of Job.
He does.
Because Skip, nobody on that field has his kind of talent. But you got to say, you know what? Hey, he ain't get it. Hey, son, let's do this again. Son, this is what we're trying to explain to you. I don't have that kind of patience. And a lot of athletes don't have that kind of patience because they want the person to be able to pick it up just like they could. But and he's like, what? He's like, Sharpe, if they could pick it up just like you could, then you wouldn't be you. You wouldn't be special.
Okay.
But be happy.
So he just took over the worst program in the Pac-12.
He did.
And he walked in the door and he met with the team and he basically told the team, I'm bringing my own luggage.
Yeah.
So a bunch of you guys, you might as well hit that portal right now because you are gone from here.
And he told them, hey, I'm bringing some of my dogs.
Yeah.
He said, they dogs too.
And
he said, I'm bringing my son. Hey,
my son. There's your quarterback. Stand up. You're the new quarterback. Thank you. Shadur's the new quarterback because he should be the new quarterback because they are going to go places.
And he's going to bring a lot of guys. Travis Hunter coming with him too.
And he got them to change their NIL policy and to refund it. And they're soliciting all kinds of donations for the NIL, and they will get competitive.
The one thing that he knows, in order to be able to compete, that's why you see so many guys in transfer portals. Guys that were all conference as a freshman or sophomore says, no, I want to go somewhere else because the opportunity to make some money.
I'm not sure Deion could have pulled it off without the new transfer rules where you can just go.
Oh,
Remember back in the day,
you could build a team
had to
quick.
sit out a year.
Skip, I mean, what you call him playing the SEC championship game because he's able to get a quarterback from Arizona State that was in the transfer portal.
That is correct.
You can build a team a lot quicker now through the transfer portal than you can. Now, your backbone has still got to be 4 and 5 stars.
Yeah.
The University of Georgia got them 4 and 5 stars, Skip. They loaded in that.
Yeah.
That's what you need. But the transfer portal can get you up here, USC. That quarterback, where you come from, Skip?
Do I know?
And he's probably going to win the Heisman.
Probably. He was the best player in the country, I told you last year. He's the best player in the country this year, and he transferred, and we got nothing to show for it.
But my community, we got to stop feeling that somebody owes you something.
No, I got it.
He gave you 3 great years, He didn't promise he was going to be there like Coach Rob for 50 years or Coach W.C. Gordon at Jackson State. He gave you a glimpse of Jackson State. Skip, when I was in school, because Darian Connor, I don't know if you know him, Houston Hoover, they used to have guys, Walter Payton, Eddie Payton. They had a lot of guys used to come out from black colleges. It was a thing.
Yeah.
And when you get a guy, don't be excited for. Be excited for us. He's one of us.
That's good.
Be excited for him.
Agreed.
If you haven't seen that video of Deion's speech to the team, do yourself a favor. Go look it up on YouTube. It is liquid gold. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.